Hey, what's good, gang? It's your boy TM Trick coming back at you guys with another video, guys. And today we're hopping back in to another tier list, making a weapons tier list for you guys today, showing you guys what's good, what's not, in my personal opinion. You guys seem to enjoy the last video on the class abilities, or whatever you want to call it, tier list guide. And we're coming back and we're making another one. So make sure, if you guys do enjoy the video, feel free to go down and drop a like. Hit that subscribe button with notifications on so you know every time I upload another video. And without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty, guys, so here we are. We're in the tier list and we got a couple options here, quite a few selections here, quite a few weapons, and I just categorized it S through E like the last video. Originally, I was going to do them based off of range or their effective range, and categorize them that way. But I think, honestly, just so that way the video is not a billion minutes long, we're going to do it this way, because in my honest opinion, a lot of these, you know, choices doesn't even matter about the range, because the weapons are just kind of, you know, definitive in their position. But starting out with the AK. Now, I love the AK. I think the AK is definitely S tier, 100%. You can never go wrong with this weapon. This weapon can beam you mid-range. This weapon can beam you long range. This weapon can even beam you in close range. Now, it's not going to beat out something 9 times out of 10 like a SMG if the other player is hitting all their shots, but, you know, it is still a viable option at all ranges, you know, pretty much no matter what point in the game you're in. So AK, definitely S tier. If you get gold AK, it's basically GG. That weapon is stupid. Now on to the dual crossbows, 100% E tier. These weapons are garbage. You know, they maybe do something early game. Even then, I mean, I will use my default pistol before I pick up the dual cross E early game. That's just my personal opinion. I think these weapons are pretty bad. They need a buff, either like a higher clip or something, higher damage, higher rate of fire, something like that. But like the fact that you have to shoot both of them and then reload right after makes them pretty bad, honestly. And then onto the bolt action sniper rifle. I think the bolt action sniper rifle is going to be A tier. Now I would put it into actually, I'm gonna bring it down to B tier, and here's why. Now, some people might be upset by that, and the reason why I say that is just because the sniper rifle is an amazing weapon. Do not get me wrong. I use the sniper rifle very often. You know, a lot of times I'm running AK sniper, SMG sniper, something like that, right? But the reason why I put it down in B tier and not A or S tier, I feel, are weapons that are viable in all situations, no matter what. I feel like sniper rifles are obviously very situational, meaning that they're really only good for mid to long range play. On top of that, only a select few players are going to really be able to use the sniper rifle effectively. Obviously, players that are a lot better at the game. So if I'm just looking at it from a broad spectrum and I'm making this tier list for everyone, you know, obviously the casual player that logs on and plays this game is going to be able to do a much better with one of these automatic weapons or one of these, you know, close range weapons, rather than a very high precision weapon, long range only sniper rifle. So that's why it's going to be in B tier. I still think the sniper rifle is an amazing weapon. Do not get me wrong whatsoever. Yeah, sniper rifle is great. On to the dual pistols. Now, I feel like the dual pistols do not get as much love as they should. I honestly believe that if you get blue or higher dual pistols, they are B tier, 100%. I feel like some people put them a lot lower. In my opinion, dual pistols are B tier. They are a great all-around weapon if you get these early game or you just don't have another option. You know, these can deal a lot of damage really fast, up close and personal. Obviously, you know, you just rotate between the two guns, and yeah, you can put out a lot of damage with these. So dual pistols, B tier. On to the, I almost called it a sheriff. On to the revolver. The revolver, unfortunately, is going to be down in the D tier for me. Now, I know some people are saying, you know, oh, you know, revolver hits hard, blah 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 blah. Yeah, the revolver does damage, but again, it's one of those, you know, high precision weapons. It's only 6 bullets. It really is not a contender. It can compared to something like an AK, something like a Tommy, something like a double barrel, something like an LMG, and you know, any of these guns. So I have to put it down in D tier. It's not as bad as the double crossbows, but it's down there. Now the LMG, me and the LMG have a love-hate relationship, but I'm gonna put, no lie, the LMG, you know, I almost put it in C tier from how much it sells on me all the time. This weapon got to be the most inconsistent piece of garbage I've ever picked up, but I have to put it in B tier because of the fact that it has a large magazine. It can deal a lot of damage if you are hitting all your shots, and it has a decent fire rate. So I have to put it up here in B tier, but it can be kind of inconsistent at times. And the range is, or the effective range is very inconsistent, I feel like. The pump shotgun. This shotgun is going to be A tier. I feel like pretty much all shotguns in this game are good and viable. Pump shotgun can definitely, you know, one tap you. I know a lot of Vandal players run shoddy. You know, they just dive on you with their Vandal ability, boom, pump you with the shoddy, you're gone. So yeah, pump shotgun goes in A tier. There's not too much to say there. Definitely really good. Now onto the minigun. The minigun is an insane weapon. Obviously, you know, it is that special weapon that you only get from the entity. So, you know, it is obviously supposed to be very strong. The only downside is the charge up time, but if you're able to get that off as soon as you start firing, it's literally never ending bullets and it kills people so fast. So definitely a minigun up there in S tier. The burst AR. Now, I do not use this weapon very much. I will have to put it in A tier, honestly, because mid to long range, this gun is actually a beast. If you are consistently hitting your shots, it's very accurate. It has a good effective damage range, and can really beam you from distance, and do a lot of damage very fast. So I feel like this is one of those underestimated weapons. Not a lot of people use it because you have to get them from the entity. But if you do happen to stumble upon the burst rifle, very good weapon in my opinion. Tommy gun, gonna also be an A tier weapon. This weapon is insanely good. It has a high clip, it has a moderate damage, and it has a high rate of fire. It definitely is a good weapon by far. Never can go wrong with a Tommy. My only issue with the Tommy gun is that it doesn't do enough damage, I feel like, or rather the fire rate's high, but it's not as high as something as like a silenced SMG. So it's a little bit of a slower fire rate. It does have a bigger mag, but you know, sometimes it just doesn't pack the punch you need to really finish somebody, but that's in only niche situations. That's probably my only gripe with it. And again, it's very poor from range. It's honestly terrible, if I'm being honest, from like distance. Now crossbow, this gun is going to be C tier. Crossbow is a good weapon for pushing people off of peaks, and dealing dot damage over time if you actually hit them. The crossbow actually does a lot of damage if you are able to directly hit them, and then that smoke is actually going to stick onto their body, and continue doing damage as well. So crossbow can have the potential to do a lot of damage, but being that it only has one bolt, you know, you have to you have to reload after every shot. Honestly, just kind of drops it down a lot of tiers for me. And also the fact that it's really not good unless it's purple or higher. Onto the toggler. This weapon is S tier. Bro, I don't want to hear no debates about this, bro. I do not want to hear any debates about this. The toggler is insane. This gun is a beam. Like, when you're in the ranged mode or the slower fire rate mode, the precision mode, whatever you want to call it, this gun smacks. Like, I mean, I've dropped people so fast, like 250 health to 0 with only like half a mag. Like, it's crazy. It's highly accurate. has a decent fire rate from the precision mode, and it can smack people. Not to mention, if you swap it over and you toggle to the fast fire rate, this gun goes crazy. Like, it can absolutely melt somebody. So definitely S tier. Being able to do both sides of the gunplay, being able to play distance and close range, makes this gun insane for all situations. The silenced SMG is another weapon that I'm gonna have to put in the A tier. I was gonna put in the S tier because the gold version is absolutely insane, but I'm gonna put it in the A tier because of the fact that obviously gold version isn't guaranteed every round, and on top of that, the gun can definitely be very easy to hit for really low damage. Like, it has a very high fire rate, so it's very easy to whiff some shots, as well as it doesn't have an insanely high damage output, just an insanely high fire rate, forcing you to hit them with a lot of bullets to deal the maximum damage. But it definitely has a lot of potential to smack people, and I feel like they buffed it because I feel like it wasn't that good in the closed alpha, but now it is definitely up there. Marksman rifle, that's gonna go in B tier. I think the marksman rifle is an amazing weapon, but it's just kind of middle of the pack, and it's another one of those high precision weapons that's pretty much always going to be beat out by an automatic weapon from mid to close range. This only really highly excels at long ranges, and if you get pushed, you know, it really is kind of useless. Double barrel is going to go in S tier. I put it above the pump shotgun because of the fact that the double barrel, whilst having a lower magazine, does have the ability to get off both of those shots and insta down somebody. If you hit both your shots with the double barrel, center mass, they're gonna get blown up easily, insta downed. So yeah, S tier for the double barrel, no chance. And onto the default pistol. This gun literally hits like a marshmallow shooter, and I'm gonna put it down here with E tier. Yeah, the gun really just doesn't really do much for me, honestly. And actually, I'm gonna make a few changes here, just to revise this list, because now that I'm looking at it, I actually think I'm gonna bring the dual pistols down here, and I'm gonna bring the burst rifle down here as well. And I think this looks like a better list to me. But yeah, guys, that's going to go ahead and sum it up for this tier list video. I hope you guys did enjoy, and if you did, make sure to go down and smash the like button and hit the subscribe button, so you know, with notifications on, so you know every time I upload another video. And with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.